Hey gang, and welcome to another episode of Try Not to Curse. Elizabeth Marvel here with you. A little bit of housekeeping. So Mike is back to shooting another film. He's also shooting a game show of some such type. He's shooting commercials. I am working overtime. I'm working one extra shift a week until the end of the year. So scheduling, getting these episodes out, it's going to be straight chaos, you guys. I'm not going to lie. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get every episode out on Friday at noon, as has been the plan all this time. But basically, when an episode's ready, I'm going to launch it, and you're welcome. I don't know. I'm doing the best that I can here is all I can say. The last time our friend Fiona was on, and by the way, she's going to be on next week as well, she shared our podcast episode and referred to it as Unhinged, which it absolutely was if you listened. So I have decided when I have a random episode where we're just talking about anything and everything, I'm going to title those Unhinged, so you guys kind of understand what you're getting into. So Abbie is back with us, my dear. I'm so excited. I'm going to be spending so much time with you next month. I can't even wait. I'm so excited. Comic-Con is upon us.
So happy.
We are broke as a joke and exhausted, and it's great. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I wasn't going to talk about Comic-Con this time around because we have other things to get to, but I do want to say I think I have reversed course on Priscilla Presley. I think I'm going to meet her. Tito Jackson just passed away last month, and it's one of the and then, you know, I'm seeing the Foo Fighters in concert, but now, you know, this whole Dave Grohl controversy and things. I'm starting to be like, you know, if I have the opportunity to meet somebody, I should take it. Like I said, I'm meeting Denise Richards to find out if she really is a piece of crap or not. I'm meeting Hayden Panettiere to find out if she's a piece of crap or not. I'm meeting Lee Majors just to say I met Lee Majors. Have I ever watched an episode of The $1 Million Man or whatever the shit it's called? No, but I've always heard his name growing up, in the TV ethos, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to meet Lee Majors to say I met Lee Majors. So you know what? I'm going to meet Priscilla Presley, and I'm going to go up to her and I'm going to say, what's it been like having people like quote your ex-husband to you for the past like 50 years? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to meet JoJo Siwa, for Christ's sake. I might as well meet Priscilla Presley, you know, like, you know, I feel like everybody's just going to die soon. Like, I'm just at that point where I'm like, I have to do it now. She's not going to come rolling through again. Please. I'm pretty sure she's going to do this year's Comic-Con circuit and realize, yeah, this wasn't for me. So I don't expect her to be back. So I am going to reverse course on that. And I had something else that I've completely forgot that I wanted to talk about Comic-Con related. I forget it now. But regardless, I'm excited to see you. It's going to be fun. We're going to be so very broke at the end of it, but it's worth it.
So tired.
I'm so tired. Well, so again, and so I had said to Abbie, I was like, I will tell you why I'm tired on the pod, because this is actually part of the things I wanted to talk to you about today. So I worked overnight last night. I had some stuff to do. I only have today and tomorrow off. I'm recording another pod tomorrow. I'm getting eyelash extensions back tomorrow. It's going to take 3 hours because my friend is like training to do them. So she's not very efficient yet. And I'm doing those specifically for Comic-Con so that I can look cute in my photos, like I did for Australia. But I am, now I know you're a reader. I don't know what you read. Mm-hmm. I don't mind reading. I enjoy reading, especially, you know, like, and I'm one of those people, like, if it's a crappy book, I'll just put it down and forget all about it. The problem with me is if it's a good book, I can't stop. Like, it's like that is like drugs to me. I have gotten into, I know I love romance novels. Romance novels were like the first novel that I ever really started reading regularly outside of like schoolwork. Girlfriend of mine in high school introduced me to my favorite author, Julie Garwood. Then it turned me into Joan Johnston. Now with TikTok and the algorithms, she's laughing already. Abbie knows where this is going. You know where this is going. My algorithm 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden, that's all my algorithm was Antiques Roadshow clips and what I can only describe as werewolf porn. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. My good friend.
I wasn't sure what monster, but I knew it was going to be one of the monsters.
So my dear friend Rose she had made a comment on Facebook, like I think a month prior to that, saying she was really into some fucked up stories and was finding some wonderful things on the internet and was really excited about it. So I don't know if that was part of it or what, but my algorithm literally was Antiques Roadshow clips, you know, Victorian era jewelry and you know, stonework, whatever the fuck. And then just clips of these excerpts of werewolf, quote unquote, romance novels. It's werewolf porn. And I ended up getting hooked. I got hooked. And I'm also one of those people, I don't like to read things like on my phone. Like I like a tangible book. But they got me. They got me good. It's been a week and I've read 3 so far. I've read 3 full books so far. I can't stop. And I also don't read at my job because I like when I'm on my break, like I get annoyed when I have like when someone comes up to talk to me in the middle of reading, or if I have to like cut a chapter short so I could go back to work. It's like, because work gets in the way of everything, you guys.
It does.
But now I'm reading it at work. I haven't watched TV in 4 days. I literally just come home and open up my werewolf porn and I'm just reading the werewolf porn. My whole life I've been team vampire. I'm not a dog person. I was never into the whole like getting naked in order to transform in front of other people and like the whole alpha mentality shit, all that crap. Dude, they got me. They got me good. I'm deep in this right now. Like I was reading it before when I was waiting for you to sign in. I was like, great. I can get a couple paragraphs in, keep going with the story. It's fucking terrible. It's terrible. But the funny thing is, and I'm telling my buddy Rose about this because now I know after her post, you know, what she's talking about, whatever. And she goes, "Oh, I can give you recommendations." I said, "Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know how you feel about this, but like I had mentioned with my mom with the 50 Shades books, when it comes to these things, and I don't know what it is, I will talk about bedroom stuff all day long. I have gone to sex parties. I have thrown a sex toy party myself. Not sex parties, excuse me. Sex toy parties. Very different. You're like this again, unhinged episode guys. But for some reason, I will not discuss porn with anyone. I will not discuss romance novels with anyone. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, I don't want to know what you're reading or watching, and you don't need to know what I'm reading or watching. I don't know how to explain. Like, again, I will tell you what I enjoy in the bedroom all day long. It's not a taboo thing for me. I think it's very healthy. But for some reason, I can't know that you've also either read this or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's just something so taboo about it. But at the same time, I am also really into like period romance novels or fantasy. Mm-hmm. Like I can't do like I stopped reading Julie Garwood stuff because she had started getting really modern. And that doesn't do it for me because I know all of that shit doesn't exist in the real world. So I'd rather it be on the fantasy level. You know what I'm saying? So now I am fucking full on in. I was Team Edward. Now kind of changed my mind. I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts on any of this are.
It's too bad no werewolves are coming.
I know, right?
It's a bummer none of the werewolves are coming to Rhode Island.
Dude, it's, you know what?
I see. Yeah. I sharing my books with people. Like that stuff that's interesting because that doesn't bother me.
I don't know why. It just really freaks me out. I'm like, ew, no. Like, you don't. Well, it's like growing up when you find out that like there was one TV show that no one ever talked about. So you assumed that you were the only person on the face of the planet that ever watched that TV show. Yeah. And then, you're 25, 30 years old and somebody mentions it and you're like, oh, what? Someone else? Like, that's how I feel. I'm like, you can't. This is my thing. We did
this with Silk Stockings, right?
Right.
Like, remember?
Yes, exactly. Yes. You're the only person on the face of this planet that I know that ever watched Silk Stockings. And that was a sexy show. Oh my God. That every time I watched it. Oh my God, bless you. Every time I watched it, I was always like, I hope mom and dad don't come in. Like, I hope they don't come in the room. Like, yep. Because you knew it was a naughty show. Oh my God. But no, it's true. Like people don't need to be knowing my business like that. So again, I don't know what you're into. I don't know what you read. I mean, you and I, we like the same kind of shit. So, I mean, I don't know. Have you read any Star Trek porn lately or like?
No. So
Like some
I just got
Klingon
into
situations?
like because that's I see that the weird thing is like I can't do it with Star Trek because I think because I've watched that since I was a child and like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
My brain just won't put that
was like
together.
when that Melissa McCarthy movie came out, the Muppet movie, and they were doing coke and blow and anal sex and everything. And I was like, no, like that's like the Fraggles are fucking, no. It's horrible.
Yeah, I have never, well, that's something. I think you found the name of her.
The Fraggles are fucking.
Right there.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
I want that on a poster. No. Like, no, it's just, I agree. Like, that movie traumatized me. But, like, I was a big, Nora Roberts was my gateway. Yep. Like, yep. She has a whole in.
Yeah.
I helped pay for it because I have a whole Nora Roberts bookshelf.
Yeah.
Like, that was my gateway. And then I got really into the Regency. Like, I read Julia Quinn in the Bridgerton series back in college.
Nice. Okay.
When it first came out.
Yeah.
So that everybody's like, Bridgerton. And I'm like, yeah, no, I know it's good. Yeah. Because I've read it.
That's another thing too. Like, I'm not talking to you about Bridgerton. Like, yes, we've all watched it. Don't talk to me about it. Don't talk to me about it.
No. Yeah, I have to stop my students from watching it at work because I'm like, oh, guys, whoa. I know. They're like, Abbie, there's nothing in this episode. I'm like, I know, I've seen this episode, but let's go find some anime to watch. Right. Like, that's so much better and like work appropriate.
Yeah, exactly.
But I got into cowboy romance novels, which I used to hate.
Oh, I love a Western romance.
No. So this is what happened. We went to Dragon Con last year. And I will get you to a Dragon Con because you will feel so at home, just how it's set up and everything with the tracks and everything. So I found this artist, Bottle Cap Collaborative, I think it is. Anyways, so she did artwork for a brand new author, an indie author. So I'm like, let me try this. Mm-hmm. Read it in a night.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like,
that's
there's a second one.
Yes.
Like, I have to read this one too. Now, my friend hooked on her, and now we're both sitting here dying because we have to wait until November 5th to get the next book. Oh, and wait for this. She's not stupid, this Lila Sage. So she's like, okay, if you pre-order my book, you get artwork that is not safe for work. And in addition, I will let you have not only a bonus scene of the couple from the first book.
Oh, girl.
Because they're all one family. I will also give you the first 5 chapters of the book.
Shit. That's awesome.
So now we're like, well, what do we do?
You're all
my
in,
friend and I were talking about this at work on. Well, no, because then we read 5 chapters and then to get the rest of it, what if that ends on a cliffhanger?
So, okay. So that's
if something big happens and I'm waiting till November 5th?
That's exactly what's happened to me. So my friend, like I said, my friend had been telling me, she's like, oh, there are these different apps where you can read these for free. You can find them for free on Kindle, whatever. The first story that I had gotten into was one of those pay per 5 chapters or whatever the shit. Mm-hmm. I shit you not. I think I dropped like $50 on this damn online book, which by the way, riddled with spelling errors. Like at one point I texted my friend now that I've gotten to like, I'm on like book number 4 now. And I said to her, were these written by AI? Because the spelling error, like the plot is exactly the same. Exactly the same. It's a girl who was broken or abused in childhood, coming of age at 18, connecting with her mate, and then going, fighting whatever, oppressors she grew up with to get out of their clutches so she can be the head of, stand by her alpha's side with his pack or literally exactly the same. Every premise. And witches randomly show up. Everyone is exactly the fucking same, but I can't stop.
You just got to throw a witch in.
Right. So I found the version of the first book that I had started reading. I found a cheap, it's not free. It's a cheaper version. It's like $2 a week, which okay, I can roll with that rather than $20 every 2 days, which is what I was fucking paying. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But the author is like, it's one, again, because it's online, they just post the chapters as they write them. So all of a sudden, as I'm at the end of this book, it's like, oh, book 2. I'm like, yes, great. Get right into it. Continuing the story. Book 2 is I'm stuck on chapter 23 and there's no continuation. And now I have like found her page on Facebook and I'm like, when are we getting the updates? So now I'm reading another one of her books just to like, it's turned into this whole spiral that I can't get out of. I don't know that I want to get out of it, but
So
it's
you're
consuming my
paying
life.
for fan fiction.
I am. It's consuming my life. It's absolutely consuming my life. And this is the problem. Yeah.
You're paying.
Well, I can't get but that's the problem. These specific ones I can't get for free. They're only available on the app that will charge me $20 like every 10 chapters, or this $2 a week app, which the $2 a week is fine. I can deal with that. Like I said, I've read 3 books in a week already. And I can't stop myself. Night shift has been great for it because I stay up the whole night before. I'm like, cool. I'm just going to be reading my wolf porn. I haven't even gotten into vampire porn yet. We got to get in there. We'll see what happens with that one. But I mean, I already had Twilight.
You get into demon. There's
I
already
want to get into demon
now you
porn.
Open
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, girl. Yeah.
Well.
Oh, and then there's orcs. There's gargoyles.
There's nothing hot about orcs and gargoyles. Well, gargoyles are hot. Do you remember that cartoon Gargoyles?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, with half of our Star Trek people doing the voices. Okay, that shit would be hot. That's hot. Okay, but not orcs.
There's talk of a reboot.
I know. God bless. And I hope it's all the same people. I hope they all come back. Jonathan Frakes, please come back.
They're all alive.
And voice a gargoyle.
Kate Mulgrew.
Yes. And they all have hot voices too for gargoyles.
I think John Delancey did that too.
Yes, he sure as shit did. And I can never pronounce her name right. Shit.
Which one?
Deanna Troi.
Oh, Marina Sirtis.
Thank you. I can never pronounce it right. She was in it as well. Yes. That show was hot. Man.
She's one of the only ones I'm missing.
Oh.
Her and Michael Dorn.
She's very nice.
I know everybody says that.
Oh, Michael Dorn was wonderful too.
Many cons. They don't do many cons in stateside. Yeah, unless it's Vegas.
Yeah, Michael Dorn was lovely. I feel like I talked to him like really quick, and her too. Like she wrote "God bless" on my photo, and I was like, don't like that. But
choice.
But you know, it was cool. Gates McFadden was eating like kale or something when I saw her. Oh, that was my first gift. Con. That was my first con ever. New York Comic Con was all the Trek folks, as we've talked about. Yeah. So this is what's going on in my life right now. I'm exhausted because, and like again, came home from work, worked an overnight shift, knew I had stuff to do this afternoon, so I was like, oh, I can get at least maybe 4 hours, laid in bed in the dark reading the book for 3. After I had taken a tablet. So like, I'm like high as, and I'm just laying there like, I really fucking need to sleep. Like I need to sleep, but I can't stop. I can't stop because they revealed who the witch was. And then they captured the bad werewolf guy. It was a whole thing and I couldn't get out of it. And I'm fucking exhausted. I'm like delusional exhausted now. And here's the thing. I'm going to go home. I have laundry I got to put away. I should go straight to bed because I'm doing the eyelash extension first thing in the morning tomorrow. What am I going to do? No, I'm going to lay in bed. I'm going to keep reading my fucking werewolf porn. It's terrible. This is the
good news is your phone is listening right now.
This is why I can't read books. Well, that was the thing. I'm telling Tammy about it.
So you're going to get all sorts of great things on
That was
TikTok.
the thing. I was telling Tammy about it, and she goes, and I had said to her, like, because I'm team vampire. I'm not team werewolf. So she all of a sudden, she goes, hold up your phone. I was like, okay. And she goes, vampire porn, vampire porn, vampire. I was like, oh, what a friend. What a real friend you are to try to help out my situation here. But I'm telling you, I'm freaking loving it. Mom, by the way, if you start reading werewolf porn, do not fucking talk to me about it. Do not talk to me about it. I don't want to know that you're reading werewolf porn. Don't.
Yeah, I won't let my mom watch Bridgerton. She's like, but you love the show. I'm like, oh, no.
I feel like my mom would dig it, but at the same time, it would really bother her. I think she's not an idiot. Like she understands the difference between like fantasy and reality. So on the one hand, but I think she's like, especially with like Elizabethan Shakespearean shit, like she'll watch it and she'll be like, yeah, that wouldn't be allowed. or that person wouldn't be in that position. Or, you know what I mean? Like she takes that stuff seriously, even though she knows damn well that it's fiction. So I don't know if I think she'd like it. She won't watch Game of Thrones. She'll read Game of Thrones, but she doesn't want to see all of that gore and blood and violence. But I mean, Bridgerton's not any of that. So maybe.
No.
But she like also, she's like
I
me.
couldn't get into that
anymore.
I couldn't do Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I got 3 episodes in, and
she can.
losing track of really this person.
But again, I know it. But again, she's very much like me in that sense too, where she's like, I can read all the blood and guts all day, but I can't visibly watch it, which is interesting. So everybody's got their thing, you know. Me, I fucking love blood and guts. Please, the more creative ways to kill people, the better. Oh my God.
Oh, so you must have loved Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes, I saw it 3 times already. I did. I saw it. Tammy and I went opening day, the very first Dolby showing, and she was like, which was so funny. Like, this is my best friend. I know her. I didn't know she loved Deadpool as much because she's like, you know, she's a special ed teacher. She's a mom of 2 girls. Like, she's not, and she's, you know, her husband watches action shit all the time. And she's like, really? We're watching Expendables again? You know, like she's really, I didn't think that would be her thing. And she fucking loves Deadpool. So when I said I was going to see it, she's like, can I come? I was like, yeah, sure you can. That's awesome. And then of course I'm explaining like all like the crossovers with the X-Men and all that other shit and why certain things were like important, which was really fun too. But yeah, I saw it 3 times. I still think about it fairly regularly. I've done the deep dive to figure out who was all the various Deadpools. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, you guys, if you haven't seen it yet, the fuck you doing? But like Welchpool was Paul Mullins, who's on Wrexham, if anybody knows anything about Wrexham. So I keep like explaining to my mom, like every time because my mom and I watch Wrexham when she comes over and does laundry. And I'm like, you don't understand. Like Paul Mullen was in fucking Deadpool. Like you don't understand. Like she doesn't. She's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm like, no, it's really fucking cool. Like it's really like I'm like, you need to freak out about this and you're not. So yeah, it's I'm all over the place right now. And again, you guys,
we rushed to see it because we were going to Disneyland for D23.
Oh, you bitch, yeah.
Because they have 2 years, you can come with us.
Maybe I'll be financially stable enough to do so in 2 years.
I mean, honestly, like as long as you can hold out at Disneyland, that's really the problem.
No, so it's in California.
It's in California, yeah.
I was gonna say I have
so it's
better
actually more affordable in some ways. But like we got to go to Deadpool and Wolverine story time at California Adventure.
That's funny.
That was amazing. They did a different version of Beauty and the Beast.
Oh boy.
I have videos I can send you.
That's cute. Oh, that's really cute.
Oh, some of the people in the crowd did not know what they sat down for. I knew what I sat down for. Because I'm one of those people that's really quiet and all that kind of stuff. But I think Deadpool is one of the funnious things in like.
Well, but also it's Disney, so like how Deadpool can it be? Because it's still Disney.
Deadpool.
Really?
He's really good at like the innuendo and everything and like working around it. Oh, and then you bring Wolverine in.
Okay. I dig it.
Beauty and the Beast. Oh, it was great.
That's awesome. That's funny. Oh my God. I love it. What else is going on with you these days? Just working your butt off?
Yeah, working, getting ready to go to New York because this is our big con. Like D23 is big to a point, but and like again, New York is.
And again, I don't know. Like, so every year, you guys, New York has a panel where basically like fans can go and like air their grievances about the whole like lottery process, the signing up for autographs process, whatever it is. And I feel like this year I might actually have to sit in on that because this year, you guys, for whatever fucking reason, they've been doing some really weird shit that they don't normally do. We've talked about how they gatekeep, you know, their celebs and stuff like that until like, and they only give you like 1 day to like sign up for autographs and stuff, provided, you know, if it hasn't sold out, then you can keep ordering. But for some reason, they did a really weird thing this year where they gave us a list of the celebs ahead of time, which was like on the one hand, cool.
Yeah, they did that last year too.
Yeah, which like on the one hand, it's cool because you know what to expect, but they didn't list any prices. So when it came time to buy your autographs or your photo ops, you only have a certain amount of time. You're in a queue. They could sell out. You run the risk of it selling out while you're also being like, oh fuck, I didn't realize you don't like now you're trying to budget because this one's $250 and this one's $100 and it just really sucks that they don't give you this information. Whereas Rhode Island Comic-Con, yes, there's like 1,000 celebs that show up, but the majority of them, their price points are very reasonable, and they, for some reason, I think maybe the photo ops maybe are the only things that sell out, but like autographs and selfies and stuff, those never sell out.
No.
So you have the whole year to budget, to slowly purchase, piecemeal autographs and photo ops. Meanwhile, they are still revealing celebs. Like we're doing, what's this theme this week? Is Star Wars. So the Star Wars celebs are going to be revealed within the next couple of weeks. So yes, they kind of gatekeep, but they give you enough leeway and enough space to kind of space out and plan. Yeah. So, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much. So I went to therapy last week and I'm talking to my therapist about this upcoming trip. Because again, I am doing you guys. Okay. So I am working on the 13th, going to New York that night, staying at my cousin's house. New York Comic-Con is the 14th to the 17th. So from what is it? The 15th to this, whatever.
It's the 17th through the 20th.
Oh, okay. Thank you. The 17th to the 20th.
Because we go the Wednesday now.
Yes,
we learned that we are too old to go on the 6 a.m. train.
It's too much.
Out of Boston.
Exactly. It's too much.
And then do 4 days at a con.
So I'm going to my cousin's place on the 16th, doing the con. I'm trying to get out of Sunday, but we'll see what happens with panels. So from the, what did you say it was? From the 17th?
The 17th through the 20th.
My brain, I'm telling all that fucking werewolf porn today.
You're good.
So from the 17th to the 20th, then I get on a flight on the 21st to California. I am in California until the 27th. I have the 28th off. And then I work the 29th and 30th. I have Halloween off because I love the trick-or-treaters and I refuse to work on a day that I can be handing out candy to kids in cute costumes. After I've handed out the candy to kids in cute costumes, I then drive to Rhode Island and I'll be in Rhode Island for Comic-Con until the 3rd of November. And then I go back to work. So that is my second half of October. I want to blow my brains out. I'm also going to be draining every bank account that I have within that period of time. Yeah. So from October 16th to November 3rd, I will be draining every credit card and account that I have. I'm probably going to get a lot of alerts from my bank. And I'm going to be exhausted. But I'm coming back with 100 selfies. Ask me if I'm mad about it. Not really.
Oh, easy.
Not to mention the wonderful time we're going to have in California with Mike, Ron, Steve, and Fiona and Maria at our beautiful friend Alice's wedding. It's going to be bananas. Oh, and Dan's going to be there too. So guess what, guys? 5 podcast episodes all in 1 week. I'm very excited about that. I've already warned them all ahead of time. Get ready to chat because I'm bringing my stuff with me. So, but yeah, and again, fucking New York. Why are they 2 weeks later than normal? That's really fucked me over. But yeah, so I'm in my therapist talking about it.
Built-in Friday. We like the built-in Monday.
Right.
Because it used to be Indigenous Peoples Weekend, which was great because then I didn't have to take the Monday off.
Right.
I had it off.
Yeah, they've really fucked us.
So now, I take that Monday off because we take a 7:30 train. We're not getting back into the city until midnight.
Yeah. No fun.
They don't want me at work the next day.
Well, and so like I said, so I'm telling all of this to my therapist as things are getting closer and I'm planning things and I have to book stuff. I'm booking my flight with my cousin tomorrow. And she starts going through Rhode Island's celeb list. Because, she's I think she's actually younger than me. So she's in our age group. So she knows all this stuff. Like she's very into Disney and Harry Potter and all that shit too. And she's going through and she's like, yeah, I think you need to really pick and choose here. I said, no. Don't be sounding like my mom right now. No. I've actually made it worse because now I'm adding people that I did originally dismiss. Priscilla Presley. So I said, I don't need that. This is why I'm working overtime every fucking week until the end of the year so that I can get through both cons and California and Christmas. I was like, I got this. Let me do it. I've got this. I am budgeting. It is okay. I'm reading werewolf porn in the dark instead of turning on the TV or any lights in my house. It's just me and the werewolf.
Think of that electric bill just going down.
See, I'm doing what I need to do to conserve. So I don't know. It's
well, and for you, JoJo Siwa cut her prices in half.
I know. Thanks, girl.
Well, because she was charging.
Because I'm sure people went to her and was like, "Are you for real?" Like, that's not happening. Yeah.
That is how much her photo op was. How much our Ewan McGregor photo op was.
That's wild. That's wild.
Like, I think it's actually more.
Listen, babe.
I'm pretty sure it's more. Like, we need to think of who we are.
Well, but also what cracked me up was seeing those price points. You guys, I think, what was she, like 180 or something like that? Something crazy?
Photo op was $230.
$230 for a photo op with JoJo Siwa after she just had all of that.
The fastest thing.
After she just had all of that controversy with her song. And listen, girl, listen. You need to be on the fans' good graces right now because things are not going well for you publicity-wise. And that's also kind of why I wanted to meet her, so I could be like, listen, like, just do you. Like, I follow her on Snap. She's very active. She's out there. She's doing tons of things. But all we see is the stupid shit that she does. And it's like, girl, you need to figure your life out. Like, I know she's still very young, but not that I'm going to go up to her and give her like sage life advice. Like, trust, like, listen to me, you know. But I am going to ask, and I don't know how you feel about this. I am going to ask McKenna Grace because she's like one of the youngest celebs that I've ever met so far. I'm going to ask her if it's weird. Like, should there be a cutoff for me? Like, should I stop coming to cons like when I'm 50? Because I'm not there to like, I know she's there to meet fans and stuff. So, which means, you know, just like working retail, like you have no say in who comes up to your counter. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, I don't want to be creeping people out with, you know, as I'm hobbling up there with my gray hair and my sciatica and being like, oh, I really liked you in the latest Marvel thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to creep them out. And then that's why they jack up their price. Cause they're like, if I have to deal with these old fucks all the time, I'm going to charge them out the ass. You know what I mean?
Well, and like, I think there's also because they don't necessarily set the prices.
Right. That's
their like agency does.
Yeah.
Because I think Ewan McGregor's need to, now that I've gotten my autographs and photo ops and everything, I think he's wicked low.
Did you see William Shatner's has gone up? William Shatner, when I met him, was $80.
Yep.
And he has since gone up. I don't know if he's trying to pay off the SpaceX flight that he took or what it was. Oh, Blue Origin, the Blue Origin flight he took. He's got to pay that off. I don't remember,
but I met him 2 days before he went up.
Oh,
and that's why I met him. Because I thought he was going to die. So I'm like, well, shit, I got to meet Captain Kirk. I can't meet Spock.
And that sounds...
So I'm like, we got to go.
And listen, we don't mean to be assholes about it, but it's true. That's why I met Billy D. Williams. And the man looked like he was on death's door when I met him. He does not... It's so interesting to me how these celebrities... I mean, just the professionalism. Because I'm sitting there and I'm like, how are you in one of these like latest films? Because bro, like you look like you can't even walk. And you know, going back talking to my Uncle Joe, who is a neighbor of Hulk Hogan's, when you see Hulk Hogan at the RNC ripping his shirt off and brother and Trump, not that I'm a fan of that, but my uncle tells me regularly, if you saw Hulk Hogan out in public, the man can barely walk. He looks exhausted all the time, like he is physically spent and just done and dusted. But for some reason, these celebs, these actors, they can rally, they can pull out their inner Beyonce and get the job done, which is just so crazy to me because that's what people see. But if you ever walked him in the street, you wouldn't recognize Billy D. Williams if you walked by him in the street. He's an old grandpa right now. Like, so It's really interesting. The whole thing is just really like it's fascinating to me. It's also kind of sad. But again, like, you don't know how much time you have with these people. You know, like I was just talking to somebody, my buddy just saw Linkin Park the other day, and, you know, we were talking about Chester and stuff. I was very fortunate. I saw Linkin Park 3 times before Chester passed.
That's awesome.
I was saying to my friend, you know, for me, I have a hole in my heart for the rest of my life because I love the Beastie Boys, and the Beastie Boys, we're never getting that back. We're never getting it again. And I was very thankful. I did see them in concert once as well. I was able to see them live, very fortunate. But this is why we do these things, because once that person is gone, that's gone. You're never getting that experience again. You're never getting any more you know, movies, shows, content of any kind. You just have your memories. So that's why we're doing this. And to me, that's worth my paycheck, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no, and like some of them are some of the best experiences.
They really are. They really are.
They're just so kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, listen, some of them, it's like the biggest waste of time. Like, I mean, like till Susan the day Sarandon. I died, Drusilla. Yes, like that. Yeah.
Again, she was very kind. Again, she was very kind to me, but it was a cash grab for sure. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. But the second I shut her down, and she's like, and I said, I'm like, no. And I'm like, you don't want to hear my opinions on Joss Whedon. So
exactly.
Let's just
100%. 100%.
Yeah, let's just end the conversation now.
And quite frankly,
really awkward.
Listen, I enjoy Freddie Prinze Jr. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan. I certainly haven't seen everything that he's done. But am I meeting him specifically so I can say, can you please find a way to get Sarah out here? That's exactly why I'm I'm meeting him.
I would.
If Sarah Michelle Gellar ever shows up to one of these things, I don't fucking charge $1,000. I'll pay it. I'll fucking pay it. My God. But yeah, it's just, and I didn't mean to go down this route because we've talked enough about Comic-Con, and Dan is going to have me on his pod so we can talk about con after it's wrapped up, because he's going to be in New York as well. So that'll be really fun. But man, oh man. And speaking of, Dan just recently was like, oh, I want to get you on to talk about, you know, different movies and things. And I said, you know what we need to talk about, Dan, is how I'm already sick and fucking tired of Wicked. Oh my God. Listen to me, you guys. Listen. If I see Ariana Grande in another baby pink fucking dress, I'm going to vomit. I'm going to fucking vomit. And I can't. What's the other gal's name? I feel so horrible. I can't remember. And
Cynthia Erivo.
And I love her. I love her. Freaking what was it? The Grand Royale? What the shit? That movie. I love this woman. I love her. If I see her in emerald green, which is my birth freaking color, if I see Ariana Grande in another goddamn baby pink shit, and the two of them holding hands at every goddamn fucking event they're in together, I'm gonna fucking blow my shit. I can't take it anymore. And it started back in January or even December. Like, fucking, you like started in September. I get it. You're coming out Thanksgiving, whatever. And first of all, none of it needs to happen. We're all going to see this movie. Everyone is seeing this movie. People have lost their ish for Wicked. People are freaking screaming about it. Stop. Oh my God. I want to blow my brains out. And there's 2 coming. I know it. Well, and that's what Dan said. Dan was like, well, maybe they're contractually obligated to wear well, that's a contract you shouldn't have signed, because that's fucking dumb. That's fucking dumb. You can only wear one color for a year. Get out of here. Fucking stupid. Oh my God. Sorry. I had to get that out. It's been simmering for months. Just puts me in a blind rage every time I see him. They fucking showed up to the goddamn Olympics in the emerald green and the baby pink. What are you doing? What do you do? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Oh,
I love it.
Infuriating. I'm sorry.
I think it's no, I love Wicked.
Infuriating.
I'm so excited every time they come out. I am like literally the total opposite. I'm like, oh my God, there's a poster. You have nail polish. I am who they're marketing to.
And you know what's so funny is my sister and I went and saw the new Beetlejuice, and
I'm so excited.
They played like a teaser trailer for Wicked, not the trailer that I've been seeing for fucking 6 months. And I looked at my sister and she's like, oh, that looks really cool. I said, no, it doesn't. That doesn't give you any information at all. the way they put whatever the most recent trailer they just put out. I said, that's just a montage of shit. I said, there's no content. And my sister doesn't know musicals, whatever. So I'm sitting here and she's like, yeah, it looks okay. I said, no, it's actually going to be great, but this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I said, this doesn't at all explain to you anything. I said, you just know the characters from Wizard of Oz, whatever. But like, I had to explain to her, like, oh, they're out of school and then they met. And like, it was the dumbest. Oh, it drives me. I can't. I'm so over everybody. Everybody sucks.
Meanwhile, I'm like, show it to me again.
Oh my God.
Where are you going to be now?
That is so funny. That is so fucking funny. Oh my God. That's hilarious. I just can't.
My friend Sarah Tess and I send each other everything that comes out. The one thing I'm not sure about is Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, I think he's going to be great.
Look, girl, he has to sing.
Oh no, really? But he does. He's a jazz.
Wonderful.
He does, though. He does. I mean, he's gonna Zoe Deschanel it is what he's gonna do. He's gonna Zoe Deschanel it, and that's gonna piss me off because he's a jazz singer, which is the worst.
Ray originated this role.
Yeah.
Like
okay. I see what you're saying.
Singer's role. I mean, I've seen Wicked 7 times.
Jesus Christ.
Never in New York. Only in Boston. But
I've never
anytime
seen
it comes to Boston, I see it at least once.
I will say I've never seen it. I know some songs. Jerry and I talked about. I don't care for the tone or the pitch.
If you say for good, I swear to God, our friendship is over.
No. I've heard like Defying Gravity.
I hear that.
No, and I always say this. I always say that I don't like musicals. That's not the case. I enjoy musicals. I don't like musicals live more often than not because they tend to sing a pitch higher than is comfortable to my ears. When they come out with the movie version, so like Chicago, incredible. The Newsies, incredible. All of the when they sing it at the appropriate pitch and tone, I can enjoy it. But for whatever reason, when you see it live, I don't know if it's because they're trying to project or what the fuck. I think Jerry explained it, but it's always at a higher pitch and and my ears hear it and my ears go, we didn't need to do that. We didn't need to go there. So it's always more grating on me. So like I've heard Idina Menzel's version. I've heard Kristen Chenoweth's version. And every time I hear it, I'm like, it's too high. It's too high for me. Don't like it. Can't sit there for a whole 90 minutes of that. Not for me. So I know I'm going to love Wicked. I know I'm going to love it. However, I would like to stop seeing those two ladies. You just don't want to see it into. I would like to stop seeing those two ladies in those two specific fucking colors. Because again, and like you said, we're getting a second film next year. So what? I've got 2 full years of this shit? Pass on that. No, thank you.
It's going to be so much more once the first one comes out.
Christ. Oh,
that is going to be your entire Christmas season.
What a waste of everybody's time.
You better read a lot of those.
You got nothing else to do?
No.
That's why this is exactly it. That's why I'm reading werewolf porn, because I can't turn on the TV with these 2 fucking girls. It's true though. But I do. I look at the 2 of them and I'm like, you have literally nothing else going on for the next 2 years, really? I mean, great. I'm sure their payday was worth it. But at the same time, if that were me, I'd be sick of myself after a week. I would. It's just terrible. And my mom, who doesn't watch TV, is going to listen to this and be like, what is she talking about? And that's okay. Mom, don't worry about it. It's just annoying. I just can't. These are the things on my brain right now. Because again, I'm exhausted. But I will. So again, working overnight, I haven't gotten into this very much on the show. 3 o'clock in the morning by yourself on a machine, you start to think about things because you don't have anybody to talk to. I don't know what kind of work conversations you have, but I'm training somebody right now, and he's become a really good buddy. We have bonded over. He has a new kitten. We've bonded over our cats. We send cat videos back and forth to each other. I said to him last night, I said, "What's your zombie apocalypse plan?" And he said, "I've never thought about it." I said, "Excuse me. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. What else are you thinking about? What are you gonna do? You got to figure this out." I have 2 different scenarios. I have 2 different places I can go. I'm all set, babe. So what's your zombie apocalypse plan? Do you have one?
Oh, just die.
Oh, all right. Like no
Yeah.
effort whatsoever. Just, yeah.
No, probably not.
Are you going to blow your brains
There's a
out? Or are you
hope for
just
it.
going to wait for them the horde to come in and get you? And you're just going to become a member of the horde?
I'd probably end it.
Yeah.
It's actually funny. We have, I live right on the beach, like a block away from the ocean here in Southie. And they have the evacuation signs for like, if there's ever a natural disaster, especially after the marathon bombing, they put a lot of them up.
Okay.
And it ends at the water. So I guess it's just, well, I mean, I'm assuming they mean we get out on boats or stuff like that, like the Coast Guard would come in. No, I just imagine it's just like, nope, just keep walking and it's all over.
Just into the sea.
Soon you'll drop down and just one of the sharks that comes close into our harbor will get it.
That's a very peaceful way. Just walk into the sea and whatever happens, happens. Okay. I think I would do my best to survive.
Much of the Last of Us, I think.
I would do my best to survive. But then if it came, I think maybe because I am a social person, maybe I would just join the horde.
Yeah.
You know, at least I still get to like do stuff. I don't know. It's a thought. But no, I have two.
Like the clickers, you find each other.
I'm very fortunate that I know a lot of people that are heavily armed. So I have two go plans depending on where I am in town. I have two places that I would go. I would gather everyone that I know with weaponry, and then we would just set up our encampment, whatever you want to call it. And I think we could hold off for quite some time. The food part that's the issue. That's always going to be the big factor. But everything else I think would be all right. You know, we'll see. But this is something I think about often. I'm not zombies. And by the way, I get that. I have specific things, but I'm not going to share them because you're not coming to my bunker. And I said,
you don't want to give people ideas.
Well, I said that to my coworker every time he made a mistake last night. I was like, "You're not bunker material, pal. You're not getting in the bunker." And then then other coworkers would walk by. I'd be like, "You see that guy? Bunker. He's in the bunker. You maybe. We'll see." So I don't want to give away my plans because when the end of the world comes, which it's looking that way, folks. I'm only letting a select few in. I'm sorry. These are rough times. It's rough in the streets. You got to make these choices, you know? So sorry if you don't make the list, gang. But that's where I'm at. Also, I have a purge list. Do you have a purge list? Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah. I have more mine's not as violent, but mine is more if you could play dodgeball on, the dodgeball on a Friday, but they can't catch or something like that. Like I'd love to do that with some of my coworkers. But no, a purge list of like famous people. Yeah, I have a
not of famous people. I mean, I guess you know what? That's something to think about the next 3 a.m. Sitting alone on the machine kind of thing. I could do No, I have a personal, like, I know you. I have a vendetta. I have a score to settle. Like I've got a top 10 for sure. I actually worked with one of them last night, and I thought about that. I said that to my coworker too. I was like, "Yeah, the number one person on the list is here this evening."
Not bunker material.
Oh, fuck no. Absolutely not. Even some of the people in my bunker aren't necessarily gonna be bunker material, but they'll serve their purpose until they won't. You know what I mean? I can be ruthless when it comes to the end of the world, man. I'll tell you what. But you have to be. You have to be. That's how you survive, folks. Sorry. What else do we want to talk about?
Unhinged, all right.
Unhinged. Wait till you find out what Fiona and I are talking about next week, man. Oh boy, it's gonna be something else. These are tough times we're living in. You know what are you gonna do? You got to entertain yourself. You know. I can't help it. But
have our own version of the Hunger Games coming up this week.
Yeah.
We have to get our panels.
I already told my boss at work, I said, listen, Thursday, I'm going to have to disappear. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I need you to back me up here. I'm just preparing you now. I got to go. I said, if you want me to take break early, fine, but it might go longer than a half hour. I don't know. Especially because I'm going to really try to get you guys fucking New York, goddamn New York Comic-Con. So so San Diego does the lottery for like everything, which is why I have no desire to go to San Diego. San Diego sounds like pure fucking chaos, and I have no desire. It just sounds like the end of the world, honestly. And I don't want to deal with that. We've got enough chaos on the East Coast. It's fine. But New York, they don't do a lottery for really anything other than the panels, because there's only so much room in those buildings, in those rooms. And some panels are more popular than others, So fine. So they do a lottery for panels. But they also occasionally throw in these, VIP autograph panel packages that you have to pay for. So not only is it a fucking lottery to get into this special thing, but then you have to pay some bananagrams fee because it's multiple autographs from this one particular subset. So this year, they've done it before, I should say. This isn't the first year they've done it. For whatever reason, the goddamn Outlander people will only meet this way.
Terrifying.
They will only meet this way. They will only meet as a group. Well, my cousin Karen, bless you. I know she's listening, and I apologize. I know these episodes, like these Unhinged episodes, she like wants to blow her brains out listening to these. I apologize, Karen, but she's texted me because she found out about it, because she's hardcore Outlander. Like she literally watches it every single night. Like she's watched it over and over and over again. So she had said to me, she's like, "Oh, are you doing this?" I was like, "Karen, don't." I said, "Don't. I'm going to try. Listen, please. I don't know how much it's going to fucking cost. I don't like the first step is getting into the lottery. The second step is being able to fucking afford it. Who knows?"
No, the second step is seeing what's left.
Yeah.
Last year, I only got 2 panels I wanted.
I will say last year I was very fortunate.
Bigger panels. Like I went to some smaller panels.
Yeah.
We didn't get Ewan McGregor. We didn't get David Tennant, Guardians. We didn't get.
Yeah. And isn't Chris Pratt? Chris Pratt is going to be at one this year. Chris Pratt is going to be in one. He's going to be in one panel.
I haven't seen. He's in one panel?
Yeah, he's in a panel.
I mean,
I still can't decide if I like him anymore.
Remember when we were talking about The Purge?
Yeah. He's on the list.
He's one. Yeah, he's on the list.
But you know what? He would be a good bunker guy, though. Because he fishes and he hunts.
No. Yeah, but he also has to have his wife do everything for him.
He would also try to convert all of us and like try to have Sunday service. And it's like, Chris, no, that's not
exactly.
The time nor
like
the place.
There's literally, if you Google why people hate Chris Pratt, there's a whole site that
I don't need the site. I know exactly
reasons.
I know exactly why.
100%.
Listen, he's great until he opens his mouth, and then it's like, oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. There it is.
Ooh, just say the line.
Yeah.
Just say the line, pretty boy.
Yeah. Like, speaky now. Like,
sure.
Yeah. It's a real shame, actually. But again, everybody's going to want to go see him at that panel. That's a panel I have no interest in. It's fine, whatever. But the Outlander shit, the autographs, I would love to, just because I love them. I have fallen off. I have not completed. I am not up to date with Outlander at all. For me, it was like Walking Dead. Like, it just got so repetitive. It was just the same shit every freaking episode. And listen, Sam is gorgeous. Katarina is gorgeous. Do I mind watching them make out like rabbits every friggin' week? No, not at all. But it's just, I can't do it. So I'm going to do the best I can to get that. But then like I said, so then my cousin Karen is like, "Oh, well, that's Saturday. And my nephew's going that Saturday as well." I said, he's not going to fucking try and get in the lotto. Like, he's going to see anime and cosplay. He's not getting in a panel. He's not doing autographs. Quite frankly, he's going to go, realize it's too overwhelming, and he's never going to show his face in New York ever again. He might not even go to New York City just to go to New York City. He's just going to he'll be done, I think. That one day will destroy him, and he'll have no interest, and he'll want that city to just erupt in a ball of flames and sink into the ocean.
Or he'll go down into the gaming room. where the people go in and we never see them until the place closes.
That's probably exactly what we'll, but like I said, is he ever going to want to come back? I don't think that's happening. I don't think so. It took us 10 years to convince him to go in the first place. Yeah, no. So so she's like, oh, maybe I can get him. I was like, yeah, okay. And that's not happening. So I'm going to do the best that I can. But it's going to be a battle royale via the Wi-Fi Thursday at noon. Blow my brains out. The
good thing is Funko has been pulled. Funko was its own separate thing because those Funko nut jobs are what crashed it every single time.
I don't understand why. And listen, I know because they have exclusives, whatever the fuck. But gang, you are in New York City in a building with 10,000 people walking around. It's like, I know way more, but it's like when you go to the airport. This is the exact same thing when you're at the airport happens in New York Comic Con. Well, in Comic Cons in general. But the exact same thing happens. You walk in there and your brain walks away. Your brain does not enter the building with you because it is overwhelming. It's overstimulating. You are just trying to survive for 4 days. Okay. So the fact that anybody is thinking, oh, I'm going to get exclusive. I'm going to wait in line to get exclusive shit, carry it around in a bag all fucking day through a crush of people. So by the time I get it home, my Funko box is going to be destroyed. It's going to be crushed. It's going to look like shit. I have no desire. Like, it's the same like when people go to Disney and they load up with all this shit and it's like, buddy, you got to get that on a plane somehow, bro. Like, what are we, I just can't. It's just wild to me. And it's so unappealing. And again, the only reason I bought anything last year was because I was driving myself with my stupid broken ankle. This year, no, ma'am. I am minimizing, and I'm just not going to be taking the amount of stuff, and I'm not going to bring home anything with me either. I just don't. So that whole Funko craziness, y'all can have it. No, ma'am.
Except for the pictures and the autographs.
I mean, yeah, but that's on my phone.
You have to take those.
The selfies are all on my phone, and the autographs. I carry a binder in my backpack, but the autographs, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, and your one photo op.
My one photo op, yeah, that we're not going to mention because now it's going on the Christmas list. On the Christmas.
Of course, we can't.
Nope, we can't. We're going to gatekeep that.
The other person we talked about earlier going to be on the Christmas card too. Actually, both of them that we talked about before we signed on.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm doing the trio. So there will be 3 on the Christmas card.
No, I also meant the other one.
No, the 2
nice ones that we were excited about.
No, those are going to be autographs. I already bought the autographs for them. I don't know if I'm going to do selfies with them. One of them might not do selfies at all because it's just...
I don't think so.
Yeah, it'll be too much.
Yeah, that's why we're doing the photo ops.
Yeah. No, I'm doing the I've really decided that if I can't do a selfie, I'd rather do the autograph because I want that one-on-one time to actually talk to them.
Yeah.
And again, literally the only reason, and we've talked about this ad nauseum as well, the only reason I'm doing this photo op with the 3 is because it's cheaper for my wallet than doing the individual autographs, which I was going to do originally.
Especially when a certain one came out with a certain rate.
Yeah. So again, New York has been gatekeeping and randomly just dropped last week. Oh, we're going to have this person come. And it's like, oh shit. Okay, cool. Another big name I'd like to meet. I will say it's somebody from Marvel. Then you look at their price, almost $300 for an autograph, almost $300 for an individual photo op. The fuck you think you are? Excuse me. Ridiculous. Queen of Sheba over here.
Almost how much I paid for Tom Holland. Not Tom Holland. Tom Hiddleston. God, I keep doing that.
Yeah.
Tom
even
Hiddleston. Because Tom Hiddleston was $260. I got to tell you, that autograph, it's not on him. It's on those authenticators. And they were standing right over him, and he gets my picture. It slides underneath, and he's like looking to sign. He's picking a pen. They're like, "Oh, we don't like that color." I'm like, "I like that color."
Yeah, right.
I'm like, "You're gonna let him pick the color?" He's like, "Ma'am, it won't show up well enough. We won't be able to authenticate it." I'm like, I'm watching him do it.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Exactly.
And he's signing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, we really recommend you don't put your name on it.
I hate
don't have him put your name.
This is for me,
I'm
babe.
like,
I'm not here to
my
make
name.
Yeah, I'm not here to make money off it, son. Like I was just in a I was getting something appraised actually, and we got on the subject of that, and I was talking about that, and I said, yeah, I know they're more valuable when you don't have your name on it. And he's like, yeah, it's true. And I said, but I do it because I want celebrities to understand like this is for me. Yeah. I am not selling this. I'm not coming up with a stack of shit with 3 different names or whatever the fuck. This is not a business. I am here to see you. I spent my hard-earned dollars to talk to you. That's why I do that. Because producer Mike is the same way. Like all the autographs that I bring back to him, I know he's secretly annoyed because his name is on it. Like he has made comments before like, yeah, maybe 10 years from now, I'll take a little acetone, get the name off, whatever. I'm like, dude, you fucking shady guy. But no, I'm from the same school of thought. Like I'm there to meet these people. I'm not there to, to make a buck off of them. So I get it, but yeah.
Well, now I'm worried who else they're gatekeeping.
Right.
Because 3 weeks from Thursday, they have plenty of time to drop somebody else. And let's face it, some big names have entered the con circuit now. Like, I got to tell you, if it's a certain one of the Chris's, I am going to be dead on the ground.
Yeah, same. Oh, same. He's my second favorite Chris. I know who you're talking about.
Well, like it will be the end because I saw him get announced for San Antonio.
So he might be tied as my number 1 Chris because Chris Evans married someone who's 16 years younger than him, and that automatically so disappointed. I don't give a shit if she's the love of your life, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't think you were one of those. I'm so disappointed.
We can attest that the wedding ring is on.
I know.
It's in our picture, and I saw it when he put his arm around me.
And secretly, because it's not in mine. So when I saw it in yours, I was like, like I'm like, haha, I don't have one in mine. I don't have it in mine. But they fucked me up anyway. I think
I was on that side.
Yeah.
I think I was on that side too.
But you know what?
It's literally on my shoulder.
You know what? Karma got me though, because I had to Photoshop that picture heavily because they fucked my hair and all that stuff up on it. I was so upset.
I know.
See, this is the thing too, you guys. You pay hundreds of dollars, depending on who it is, for these photo ops.
And it's like,
and the fucking people behind the camera don't have the grace to say, hold on a minute, fix your hair. Hold on a minute, fix your badge, whatever, your shirt, da-da-da. It's
only
like,
your
fuck
glasses.
You. The audacity. The fucking audacity. I dropped hundreds of dollars to stand alongside the handsome Mr. Chris Evans, and you are going to let me walk away with that fucking photo? Oh, fucking wrong. It's so wrong.
Yep.
It's
I gotta
so
tell
wrong.
you, David Tennant fixed my hair. Like, he's such a girl dad. Like, we hop in the photo. He's like, hi, ladies. And meanwhile, I'm looking at those little scrawny thighs, and both of them are thick thighs on either side. But like, I guess my hair was like in my face because like I've got that mountain of curls,
I know,
which everybody wants, but God, they don't.
Right. They don't obey.
They just
right.
go and, It's like, hold on. And he's like moving them back. And like, he has this huge line. And he's like, no, like, good.
Yeah.
And he's like, toss it. And I tossed it.
I love it.
Like, just that moment.
Well, so the same year I did Tom Hiddleston, he was on the Christmas card. Paul Rudd was on the Christmas card. And same thing, his hair like kind of fell over his forehead. So when my mom saw his picture, she's like, really? He couldn't fix his hair? Like, so it's just, but it's true. Like, that's another reason why I'm so jaded now with the photo ops too.
Paul Rudd.
What?
When did you meet Paul Rudd?
At New York, the same year I did Tom Hiddleston. New York, I want to say it was like 4 years ago.
Last year. Oh.
No, it was yeah.
Oh, that was before I started going.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you meant he was last year.
No.
Oh, that's right. Tom wasn't on the Christmas card last year.
No.
But I was messing it up. I know you just meet these people, these two Marvel people all the time.
My good friends. Yeah. And I've got almost all the Marvel people. Can I tell you? And again, we're running long, Mike. I apologize. Again, it's Unhinged, gang. I just saw Dave Bautista's latest film, The Killer's Game, which is very Smoke and Aces, Bullet Train vibes where like all of the characters are absolute like caricatures essentially. Like they're just all nuts and there's a shit ton of like exaggerated blood and everything. It was all right. It was, I mean, I was the only one in the theater and I was on my phone pretty much the whole time, but it was enjoyable. But I would love to meet Dave Bautista. All the shit that I've been seeing from him the past couple of years, all the things he has to say, I have fallen in love with this man. So he's next.
I know.
He's next on my list, I think, for sure. I mean, I was very fortunate. I met a lot of the Guardians last year. We're meeting more Avengers
Did
this
you
year.
meet Karen?
Karen was she in my photo? Michael Rooker, Poe.
Yes, she was the 6 foot tall one. Yeah, because she bent down. And she had to bend down for us too. And we're like, oh boy.
No, you know what? I don't think she was in that photo.
Didn't?
Because Gunn was in it. Hold on, I gotta pull up my phone here. Pause for research. Gunn was in it, and Rooker was in it, and Poe was in it.
I could have sworn that she was.
She is. She's standing right next to me. Oh, she gave me the peace sign. There it is. Look.
Yeah, I thought so.
There she is.
No, exactly. Yeah, because she's so...
Yeah.
See, at least you look less tiny compared to her.
Well, thank you.
Like, you can tell she is squatting with us. And I am like all of my 5'4" height in my sneakers.
Yeah. See, but again, gang, hear the way we're talking about these memories we're making. This is why I'm killing myself with overtime. This is why we're spending all this money, because it's so...
Well, and especially some of the ones we're meeting this time are going to be...
Oh, and I will say, and again, this is going to sound real crazy, but I'm meeting a couple of people again, particularly Steve Burns from Blue's Clues. I'm going to have him sign the photo op we did together. I'm actually probably more than likely wearing the exact same shirt that was in that photo op, just because that's my con shirt. I wear it to every single con. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. It's going to be on the Christmas card again this year too.
Yes, I know.
You know exactly what shirt I'm talking about. And everyone who gets my Christmas card knows it too. I'm sure they look at it and they go, didn't she... Wasn't that in... All right. She keeps wearing that. That's the only shirt she owns?
Wear that.
Sorry.
Yep.
And I'm going to bring the Christmas card as well to show him, because that was the year of the most wholesome Christmas card ever. It was him, Brendan Fraser, and I think Henry Winkler. The three of them were on that one Christmas card together. Yeah. I think. Or maybe Chris Evans and Henry Winkler were together on a card. Regardless, Steve from Blue's Clues was on it. So I'm going to bring that for him just to see it. But yeah, certain people you have to go back because they're so good and they're so wonderful.
Kate Mulgrew.
Yeah.
Anytime Kate Mulgrew is there. This is my 4th time meeting her. Very proud to say did not cry this time.
Yes. Well, and as I said, Zachary Levi, same thing. I'm gonna continue to meet him. I just, there are some people that just stay in your heart, and it's important to take those opportunities.
James Marsters remembered me.
I know you
back in. Yeah, yep. I know. Oh, I was. I wasn't sure the reaction you'd have.
A little bitter about it. Yeah.
Well, you can come with the next time he's there. You can come with me, and then he'll remember you because of me.
Oh, you suck.
Because what's coming up soon. Suck. I know.
Well, and again, this is
and you love me.
Like I said, this brings us all back. I've been team vampire my whole life. Like Buffy changed my fucking life. Angel changed my life. Then when the Underworld films came out, oh my fucking God, I'm literally in the theater going, this is the vampire story I have been waiting for my entire fucking life. And if I ever get the opportunity to meet Kate Beckinsale or Michael Sheen, I will tell them just that. Scott Speedman really fucked me though. Like was it Freeman? Freeman. No, Speedman. Yeah. Scott Speedman. What the fuck, bro? You could have been in 4 other films and you decided to dip out. And where are you now, sir? Where are you now? It just makes me so mad.
Look at Terrence Howard with Marvel.
So hot too. Well, Terrence Howard, he's an idiot anyway.
No, but
isn't he a flat earther?
I think with.
Yeah. So,
but he's also like, I'm going to take a pass on Marvel. I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah. How'd that go for you, boss? Yeah. I mean, but he did Empire. He was great in Empire, even though I don't like him.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just, what I can go on. We want to talk about a celebrity purge list. Terrence Howard, probably. But we should end it here, gang. It's only, I mean, it's a school night for you. You got to go back to work tomorrow. I got to get my eyelash extensions put in first thing in the AM. So, and I'm fucking exhausted, and I have plenty of more of werewolf porn to read. So I'm gonna end it here. So we can get going with our lives. But you guys, this was really the second Unhinged episode of the season, and hopefully there's going to be a lot more coming. So I hope you like them. I hope you enjoy them. I'll throw some other educational, interesting job stories in the mix, but this is literally what the podcast was originally going to be, was just me sitting down with friends and rambling like fucking fools. And you know what? It works for me. So that's what you got this week. Again, we're doing the best we can to stick to the schedule and get these posted as regularly as humanly possible. But, life happens, and Mike's got to make that money. So you gang, I appreciate all of you. Abbie, thank you again for joining me. As always, you are the best. Can't wait to see you next month. You guys, we'll catch you next time.